In this video, you are going to learn how to connect to your Starseed family to receive actual information. You'll literally be able to receive true messages from them that you will know is coming straight from your Starseed family. It's that cool. And I'm going to share with you about Starseed civilizations, these ET civilizations that exist in 5D and, of course, other dimensions as well. So welcome back to Vibes and Frequencies. My name's Nathan, and I've been basically into Starseed stuff ever since I heard about it. It really resonated with me. I was convinced when I was younger that I was an extraterrestrial being. I called myself an alien. I would tell my friends, I told people in my family, I'm pretty sure I'm not from here. I think I'm an alien. And I had never even heard about Starseed stuff before, which I think is hilarious. Has that ever happened to any of you guys, that you had this knowing before you even learned that it existed in reality? So this was very exciting for me when I started learning about this stuff. Well, the moment that we understand that these things exist and are all around us is the moment that we can actually just tune to whatever one is most specifically interesting to us and receive it. Now, to me, being a starseed doesn't necessarily mean what it means from what I've heard a lot of other people share about it. To me, what being a starseed means is that we are all multidimensional beings, every single one of us. And in my opinion, we are the same multidimensional being, just super, super zoomed in on a specific focal point right now, that which is you, your human being person. For me, what being a starseed means doesn't mean that I'm a multidimensional being and so isn't. What it means is that my human character is more specifically tuned to other dimensional energies, dimensions that exist in the 5D, where there's ET energies that exist there more abundantly. So what that means is, whereas a lot of human beings are tuned more to 3D, and a lot of people right now 4D, which is a really awesome transformation, what that means is that they're in the human experience emanating that vibration to reality. What being a starseed means to me is that you have chosen to come here, have a human experience, but continuously be tuned to the ET dimensions, to basically bring that energy into reality, to channel it through your human vessel. That's what it means to me. That's what I've learned from interacting with starseeds and ET beings. What do you guys think about this? Does that resonate with you? Or let me know what resonates even more, because I learn a lot of really awesome stuff for you guys that it's just so cool to me when I hear what you have to say. So there are actually, next point in the video, here we go. Here's the next point. There are actually tons and tons of civilizations that exist in other dimensions out there. So these civilizations understand that some of them might actually look pretty similar to ours. And I've experienced physical beings before that are ET entities, right? My friend told me that they're intergalactic beings, right? Now, I've actually experienced that before. So I know that there's other beings out there experiencing themselves as a physical manifestation, probably experiencing eating food, maybe living in a society that's maybe pretty similar and recognizable to our own. But there are also other dimensions of experience that you and I are currently experiencing. It's just that we're not zoomed in, focusing on that aspect of who we are, if that makes sense. So there are actually full-blown ET civilizations that exist in a completely different way than we do, as literally pure energy interacting with itself. It doesn't need a physical vessel. It doesn't need food. It doesn't need a society. It doesn't need that in the same way that we think about it. Now, there are tons of councils of beings that collect together and hold specific vibrations and intentions. These councils exist in all the different dimensions. Maybe you've heard of the Galactic Federation, for example. This is a human idea of what the council might look like. Now, if you want to learn the truth about the Galactic Federation and my interaction with them, I've actually got that video tagged below. Galactic Federation Exposed. Very clickable title, am I right? So this is very exciting to me that these different civilizations exist. Now, if you are a starseed, or if you're not, which again, what it means to be a starseed just means that you have chosen on a higher level to emanate a vibrational reality that most people on Earth aren't necessarily focused on or experiencing to be true. But we are grounding it and bringing it in as truth, showing that that option exists for more people, that there is this other energy realm going on, that there are all these magical possibilities of things unfolding, that it's not just go to work every day, come home, watch a show, and go to sleep. There's a lot more happening, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it means. So people who are in alignment with that, that you've chosen to be a human, being a little bit odd in that way and bringing that energy in, probably being looked at pretty strange since your childhood. Raise your hand if that was you. I was very weird. So what's ending up happening is you actually have the ability within yourself to tune to other channels that exist out there. Currently, you and I are receiving certain thoughts within our own mind, and we've been thinking that we are having these thoughts, that they're ours, but we actually aren't. This is at least what I've learned. So it's okay if you have a contradictory opinion about this. Just at least treat mine as entertaining if you don't really resonate with it. That's okay. So for me, what it is that these thoughts I'm having aren't mine. It's that I'm tuned to a specific frequency, just like a radio station, and am receiving energy that vibrates and translates into this dimension through my communication as words, thoughts, and expressions. So we have the ability to tune to other galactic civilizations out there, to other dimensions and groupings of energy that have different perspectives on things, different intentions, different basically ways of beings. So we can actually tune to that by just kind of shifting something within ourselves that I'm going to do my best to explain to you in a moment. And when you shift to that, you're able to literally receive messages from them as if they're an outside entity. But what I like the most about them is that they make it very clear that it's actually me, that I'm hearing myself just in a different manifested reality. I'm coming to myself and sharing something with me that I already knew, but I'm ready to reflect to myself. Now, what I actually hear these as is like verbal messages. Now, for me, what I connect to are extremely supportive, loving beings and civilizations that love me so much and think I am just the best. They literally think that I'm so amazing, and they're so proud of me for everything that I've done. And they even are super supportive to me through a lot of things I'm going through. They kind of come in with this very feminine, holding me type energy, and they let me know that I'm doing a really good job. And it's okay to be struggling with certain aspects of the human experience, but that I'm really in alignment with what I came here to do. And they're really proud of me for that. They're really impressed that I was able to get on the path so quickly and align with it. So that's really nice to get that support, as you could imagine. Connecting to this kind of guidance and energy, I can feel it's my family. Like, this is the dimension that I exist in mostly within myself. So I'm still there with them, but I'm zoomed in experiencing myself as a human. And that version of me out there and all my family out there, that's the extension of myself in that way, they all let me know, thank you, Nathan, for choosing to come here and be you as you are. You're doing such a great job, man. So how do we actually connect to these informations? How do you connect to this information and messages? How do you receive messages from your Starseed family and these ET beings out there that are just there supporting you and channeling nothing but love and light towards you? Well, how you actually do it is exactly like I said. You shift something within yourself and you connect to it. Now, the way that I'm going to explain this is going to be so simple that you in your mind might choose to believe that what I'm saying isn't possible and doesn't actually work. This is how I'm trying to hold this up right now so I can lock it in place. Okay. Everybody, pretend you didn't see that. So what I'm about to show you is exactly how you do it, and you connect to the other vibrations of thought and the other beings out there, and you can receive this information. It's very simple. Right now, you might be feeling a little bit more tired or negative, for example. Now, that feeling that you're generating from within yourself tunes you to certain kinds of thoughts. Thoughts where you start thinking more sad things. Thoughts where you start having a harder time appreciating your situation. You'll even start noticing that you'll attract more conflict and problems in your life. But notice how when you feel really good inside of yourself, you're thinking really good thoughts. You're thinking really motivational things. You're doing things that are in alignment with that version of you. So that's the key to understand. The key is to change your state. A lot of you probably heard of Tony Robbins before. This is literally what he's talking about. He just explains it in a way that resonates a lot more with people who exist in 3D. I'm explaining basically the same thing, but for people who resonate with more other metaphysical energies and stuff. When you change your state and you shift what you're feeling within yourself by literally doing something as simple as putting on headphones, listening to your favorite song, and doing jumping jacks, or watching a comedy bit for like 5 minutes. When you change your state, you literally shift your frequency to align with a new radio station that channels energy and information to you. So all you have to do is to connect to these energies and messages is actually change your state to align with that energy. So how do you change your state? How do you change your state? What actions can you take that change your state to connect to the more 5D energies, which is where most of us starseed beings have energy channeling in right now? What I do personally for me, this might not work for everyone, I'm just sharing with you some examples that might work for you, is I connect with my crystals. I could literally sit down and I basically meditate and I focus on the crystal. I completely let go of my entire reality and idea of myself. I completely forget about the fact that I'm a human being here, and I just stare at this. And I literally zoom so far out into the 5D dimension that I start experiencing myself as all these other beings. And they start shoulder nudging me, saying, "Hey, Nathan, how's it going?" And it's crazy because I can just snap out of it, basically, and I'm back here again. And then I can just zoom back out again. And it's mind blowing that you can just do that and zoom out like that. So crystals really work for me. The one I just showed you is called Diamantina Lemurian quartz. That's the one that works for me. You could probably use any crystal that resonates with you. I'm pretty sure you could choose any. That's the one that works for me. Now, second, to connect with this can also just be normal meditation, but the focus meditation. Not the one where you just let go and be present, but the kind of meditation where you focus on a specific idea and give it all of your energy and attention. When you do this, you are so powerful at manifesting possibilities and experiences for yourself. So literally just by sitting there and focusing in meditation on the vibration of the reality where you're experiencing that connects you to it, and you'll start receiving that information. Now, the third method that I'm going to share with you is very cool. It's my favorite one. It's the one that I do constantly in my life and all the time, and not just with manifesting this kind of contact, but other successes too. Understand that by simply knowing that you can experience that, and because you can imagine it, that makes it real right now. So any reality that you can imagine, if you can see yourself living on a boat somewhere out there, and you can imagine that, that means you can connect to the version of you that that is experiencing. You can feel what it feels like to be that person. You can feel the thoughts that they have, what their reality is like. That, the fact that you can imagine that shows that you have the vibrational key within you to actually connect to that reality and make it real. So if you want to connect to contact with ET beings or receiving messages from your starseed family or things like this, it's very simple. Imagine, what would that reality look like? What is the version of me doing that connects to these beings? What are they thinking about? What are they feeling? What do they do in their life? What does it feel like after that experience? What does it feel like during? Now, the fact that you can imagine that shows that you already have that vibrational key within yourself. So all you literally have to do is choose to feel that right now, and you emanate that vibration, and you will literally receive those messages and information. Try it. You'll see that it works unconditionally, because that's how powerful you are, and that's how easy it is to use techniques and things like this. Use what works for you, and you can achieve anything in life. Thanks. Much love.